Good morning, Adventure Kids. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are learning all about a man who's called Nehemiah. That's a pretty cool name, isn't it? And all about how he said some big, important prayers to God. So I'm going to hand over to Tamsin now, and she's going to read the story to us.
Good morning, Adventure Kids. It's Tamsin here, and I'm going to read you a story today about a man called Nehemiah. So are you ready? You sitting comfortably? Great, here we go. The story's called Nehemiah's Prayers. Nehemiah worked in the palace of the Emperor of Persia. One day he was feeling sad. "Why do you look so sad?" asked the Emperor. Nehemiah said a prayer to God, and then he answered the Emperor, "My real homeland is far away. Our great city was knocked down in a fight. Now that fight is over, my people want to go back and build it up." But the Emperor let Nehemiah go to help mend the city, the great city of Jerusalem, in the homeland of the great, ever so many great-grandchildren of Abraham. Nehemiah rode around the city on his donkey, looking at the broken walls. Then he met with all the people. "God has helped me get here," he said. "I want to help mend the city." "Let's all mend it," the people said. Everybody worked, and the walls began to grow and grow. Some other people came to watch. "You'll never mend a city as broken down as this one," they laughed. So Nehemiah said a prayer to God. Then he spoke to the people. "Don't worry about what others think," he said. Next, Nehemiah heard that some people were planning to spoil all of their hard work. "Don't be afraid," said Nehemiah. "God will help us." He told half the people to keep on building, and the other half kept watch with swords and spears. They were ready to protect the builders. At last the work was done. Everyone came to a great meeting. A priest read out the laws God had given Moses. Love God most of all, and love others as you love yourself. Then everyone said a prayer. "God, you made the world. You chose Abraham to be the great-grandfather of our people. You chose Moses to lead us to freedom. You took us to a homeland. You gave us good laws. We have sometimes disobeyed you and made everything go wrong. We are sorry, and we promise now to keep your laws." Nehemiah was happy. God had answered all his prayers. Well, that was a good story about Nehemiah. Well, do you remember, Adventure Kids? We always have 3 things that we try and remember from our stories. So here's 3 things that we're going to remember from Nehemiah's story. Are you ready? Where's number 1? Number 1 is Nehemiah remembered the promises of God. He was a good man and he remembered what God had promised him. And number 2, just like Nehemiah helped rebuild the city, we can be part of helping too. And number 3, Nehemiah's prayer was powerful, and your prayers are powerful too. Bye, Adventure Kids.
Hi Adventure Kids, it's Rachel here again, and today we're going to make a picture of a wall, just like the wall Nehemiah went back to his homeland to build. So the things you will need today are some paper plates for your colours and some sponges from your mum's kitchen, but please get some permission before you take them. And then some coloured paint. I'm using finger paint, but any water-based paint will do. Perhaps some kitchen towel in case we make a mess. Obviously some paper to paint on. And perhaps a shirt to cover you up. And I've also put some plastic on my table to protect it. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to tip out the colours, paint colours onto one of the paper plates, and put a sponge on them. You might need to mix it around a little bit so you cover all of the sponge. And then you take your piece of paper, and I made this one extra long. I stuck 2 pieces together, but this size is fine too. So then when you have got lots of paint on your sponge, then you press it down hard onto your picture, and you have a brick. Or a stone, just like Nehemiah would have used to build the wall. So I've got 4 different colours here. They're not really wall colours, but they're nice colours anyway. I wonder what colours you might find to make your wall into. Perhaps a brown, or a grey, or a black. So I'm putting lots of different coloured bricks on my wall. I'm going to go for a green one now. Just like this. And perhaps we might have one more layer. So we'll put another green one here. And then perhaps a blue one. There we go. So I've made another wall. I hope you have fun doing that, Adventure Kids. I really had fun with that. What other kinds of things can you do to remember today's story? Can you perhaps build a wall out of Lego or out of books? And remember how God answered Nehemiah's prayer and he was able to rebuild the wall, and then he was happy. And I'm very happy because I got to paint. Okay, that's all for now. Bye, Adventure Kids.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's higher than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's higher than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. And he holds us in his hands. And he holds us in his hands.
Amazing. How good has this morning been? I hope you have had an amazing time. We are going to finish off with a prayer. Just like Nehemiah, we are going to say a prayer together. So maybe bow your heads or close your eyes. Dear God, thank you that we can say big prayers just like Nehemiah. Thank you that you want to hear us and you want to listen to us when we pray. Thank you that you are good and you can do powerful, amazing things when we pray. Thank you that you love and you care for us. Amen. Awesome. Well, that is everything from us this week, Adventure Kids. I will see you next week. Love you all. Bye.